YouTube, what's going on? Appreciate y'all watching my videos. Walmart parking lot. Of course, I got a bad connection. Oh man. I don't know what's going on with Verizon. Trying to keep that light coming through the. Yeah, but what's going on? Appreciate y'all watching my videos. Code T, what's going on? See how many people we can get in here. It's late. Yeah, man. I'm bored, so I thought I'd make a video, It just popped up in my mind because I was thinking about, I'm trying to figure out how to get rid of the broker. And I remember something, I don't know if y'all were one. He the one inspired. I just want to give a shout out to Casanova, man. I wish he'd come back and start making videos, man. He's very knowledgeable, in the independent trucking business. Been in the trucking business for a whole lot of stuff when it. But man, I hope this connection's straightened out, man. Damn. Come on. Are you glad I'm on? Hey, man, I appreciate you watching. Trans, what's going on? Man, like I said, Casanova inspired me to get a truck. A bunch of guys. When I was a company driver, I used to watch guys on YouTube. And I remember I used to be scared to get a truck. Get out here with your own equipment and start making money. I remember Casanova used to talk about, getting a direct shipper. And like I know Jeffrey L., he says getting a direct shipper is a commitment, but for what I understand, like, it's no different than dealing with a broker. All these warehouses out here, from what I understand, they're not the same. Like, it depends on how they got their contract set up. So if you got a direct shipper, that direct shipper, you don't have to pull freight from that direct shipper. Come with me. Hopefully I get my authority activated after the first of the year. Maybe I'll go ahead and do it now. I don't know. I'm still waiting for a couple insurance quotes come back. So once I get all these quotes back from these insurance companies, then I'll make up my mind on. But so getting a direct shipper, like, I've been looking at different warehouses. So like, when you get a direct shipper, don't quote me, I don't know everything, but I've been looking at different, like, getting set up with a direct shipper is no different than getting set up with a broker. You basically got to fill out their carrier packet, insurance. You got to list the shipper on the insurance as the certificate holder. If you got a dry van, you're gonna be pulling dry van freight, general palletized package freight. All you need is $100,000 in cargo, $1 million in liability. Okay. I was on Saddle Creek. I was on Saddle Creek. A lot of warehouses down here in the South. They got warehouses in Florida. They got a bunch of warehouses down here in the Southeast. Georgia, South Carolina, Tennessee. They do like a lot of Walmart stuff. Like they do like a lot of Walmart freight. So reefer gang, yeah. Looking at some loads earlier today make me wish I had a reefer because they were paying a little bit more money. But a reefer, sometimes I'm glad to have a dry box because a reefer is just more work you have to put up with. You know, them reefers ain't cheap, man. I just need to do some more research on how the reefer business works. I'm just not ready to invest that much into a reefer. You know, reefers are a lot of responsibility for a reefer. A dry van, you know, I don't have to worry about age requirements on the trailer. Them reefers, man, like you pretty much you gotta have you can't have a reefer more than like maybe 5 years old. I mean, I see a lot of guys running around with these old ass reefers, but yeah, yeah, I know two guys with reefer trailers. This number here, what you just said, that's normal. $3,000, $4,000 to go 500-600 miles. You know what I'm saying? That's normal. And yeah, but see, the thing is, you gotta put all the money in the reefer. Rickety ass trucks all the time pulling brand new reefer trailers because you gotta put your money in that reefer. Because if your truck break down, you gotta make sure that product good. You gotta make sure that product good. You gotta put the money in the reefer because the last thing you want is a cargo claim. So it's just some things to deal with when you're dealing with a reefer. You gotta look -15, -10. You hauling ice cream, you hauling, you know, perishable type freight. You real sensitive to cargo claims, man, and you know, you don't want to be getting hit with your insurance all the time. So I talk to guys who got reefers, and it's something to think about. It's really something to think about. So I figure I just get a dry box, get my feet wet, then later on maybe I trade the dry box in, or you know, when I want to step up to a reefer or something like that. But I don't know. I don't think I'm ready. Basically, all the money that you making on a reefer, you gonna have all the money that you making with your reefer. You're gonna have to put it back in the reefer because you're gonna have to trade the damn thing in. You can't pull ice cream with an old ass reefer trailer. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I see guys who do it, but you know, I don't know. You got to do them washouts, man. You got to keep the trailer washed out, man. When I go to a customer with my dry van, all I got to do is sweep out the trailer and go and get the next load. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I don't know. Because, like I like to have a. You shouldn't have to turn these trailers over so much. And, like, with a reefer, you more than likely going to have a note on it unless you save up enough money to buy one cash. And for a good reefer trailer, you're going to be looking at a good 40 grand. A good 40 to 50 grand for a good reefer trailer. Now you can go buy a used one. You can get a used one for about and find one. You can shop around and maybe find one a little cheaper, but you only can run it for so long when you got to turn it over. Now, a lot of the reefers, you got like age requirements on the engine. You might have 5-6 years box. Like the box, you could probably pull freight in the box for about 10 years. But then the motor, you're gonna have to upgrade the motor maybe every 4 to 5 years. So, and you gotta make sure that damn thing can hold -10, feel good. But that's just my experience. Yeah, you can make money with a reefer, but all that money that you making, you gotta put it back to invest back into the damn reefer. Once it gets about 4 or 5 years old, you gotta get rid of it. You know, unless I'm thinking, unless if you get an old raggedy you having an older reefer, 2005, 2006 reefer, then you might be fine. But I guess that takes time, but I don't know. Yeah, see, like I say, I don't know what in. I never owned a reefer before, so I mean I pulled reefer before, but I never owned a reefer, so I don't know. It's an investment. It's a big investment. It gets hard to. I was talking about. It's 12 minutes into the video, man. So I was talking about direct shippers. I watched a couple videos all over the internet. Everybody's got their opinion on getting direct shippers, and like you got some guys that's like, nah, don't get no direct shipper because you lock down to the customer. That ain't true. Customer. Like if you get a direct shipper, you can call up that shipper and inquire on what they got shipping out that week. If they don't have nothing you want to run, then you can go on the broker board and find you some freight. So you get you a couple shippers in different areas. In Pennsylvania. Okay, and then you get you a direct shipper in Georgia. Okay, so you can get a direct shipper out of Georgia, sending you up to Pennsylvania, and then out of Pennsylvania, come back down to Georgia. You know what I'm saying? You're not locked into that shipper. Contract set up. Like if you got your contract set up with that direct shipper and they say you gotta pull exclusively for us, then that's a dedicated account. You don't want that. But if you got the account, if you got the contract set up to where, okay, you can pull freight. I forgot what they call it in the contract, in the carrier agreement. It basically says you don't have to pull exclusively. It's just almost like a broker. You get paid by the load. So if you call up that shipper and they say, oh yeah, we got this many loads, where you want to go? It's just like dealing with a broker. Like I call up some brokers all the time. I got their phone number and I call them up. Hey man, what's going on? I was like, yeah man, I need a load going out this way. You got a load going out this way? It's like, nah man, I don't got a load going out this way, but I got a load going this way. How much is paying? Oh, it's paying this much. Okay. I want to put in an offer. Okay. So when I pick up the phone, I'm talking on a handful of loads. And he might have 3 or 4 loads sitting there, and I pretty much take the one that's paying the most or doing what I want to do. That's the same thing dealing with a direct shipper. So like I was listening to Jeffrey L when he was talking about pulling Menards freight. Like Menards, they contract where you have to pull exclusively for Menards. But not all shippers are set up like that. Like if you get a Quaker Oats account, or if you get a Quaker Oats, if you get set up with Quaker Oats, PepsiCo, they got warehouses all across the country. Quaker Oats, PepsiCo, everything. If you get set up with Quaker Oats, you can pull from any warehouse in the country. You pulling Gatorade, you pulling Kraft Foods. Wait, hold on. Does Quaker Oats own Kraft Foods? Hold on. Quaker Oats has got a whole lot of brands under their umbrella. So you got Cheez-Its, potato chips, Gatorade, drinks, all kind of brands under their umbrella. So they ship all kind of stuff. I know in Georgia, Quaker Oats has got like 2 or 3 warehouses in Georgia alone. They got a warehouse down there in Columbus, Georgia. They got one out there in. They got one over there on the west side of Atlanta. I know y'all know the one over there in Fulton Industrial. Let me see what y'all talking about. But yeah, man, so because I've called up some of these shippers, man, and like if not true, man. If you get set up with a handful of shippers, because these shippers, they work just like a broker. So like I don't understand what a lot of guys are talking about. You can get set up with Saddle Creek, Quaker Oats. You can get set up with now see Procter and Gamble ship their own product. They usually have warehousing companies that they use to handle their shipping. So you got DHL. I know the warehouse up there in Pennsylvania, they use some other company. I forgot the name of it, but basically you go in there and talk to the shipping manager, or you go on the website, you download the carrier package, you get it set up with them, and you can pull freight, and then you send the bills to your factoring company and you get paid. So like you have your truck isn't tied down to the shipper. You just have the right to pull for them if you want to. I'm trying to think all these warehouse. You got what's that other company? It's a bunch of companies out here. Yeah. Damn. It's a lot of warehouses in my head that I can't think of them. Kraft Foods. Kraft Foods. They got warehouses all over the place. Now, you got DSC. You got Excel Kellogg's and stuff like that. Georgia Pacific, they do Excel Logistics. They do Georgia Pacific. They do Kimberly Clark. They do so if you get set up with DS, what is it, DSC? It's DSC. You get set up. You get set up with them. You figure out where their warehouses are at. You can always find a warehouse in the area that you're going to, and you're picking up a load, delivering a load to an area. You know that you're gonna have some freight. You know what I mean? You don't have to deal with brokers. So trying to, I'm just brainstorming. Authority, these are the things you want to plan for. Because I pull dry van. So I'm looking at dry van warehouses that ship dry freight. So paper products, grocery products, that kind of stuff. So like I'm just thinking, man, I'm just sitting up here, I'm thinking, okay, I'm trying to Google, I'm looking for warehouses, and I'm trying to download it so I have them ready, fill them out so I can just send them in there with the insurance, boom, 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 and you be set up. You can call these warehouses up and go on down the road, make some money. So I'm trying to think, man. NFI. I think NFI does shipping logistics. They got warehouses too. NFI. Am I saying it right? Yeah, NFI. They and like NFI, you can go right here. NFI. I know y'all see them trucks all over the place. They got warehouses all over the country, right? You can go on here and look for carriers and download a carrier packet and get set up with them. You know, you got NFI. I don't know what happened to the connection, but this company right here, that company right there, that company there, they ship all kind of product. Um, they ship all kind of product all over the place. So I'm just, just brainstorming, trying to prepare myself. Okay. Um, who else? Yeah, Home Depot. Um, I know DSC does Home Depot. See, you get set up with one of these warehouses, man. You available to a whole lot of goddamn freight. That's just the point. You don't have to go through the broker. What's that warehouse that does Kimberly Clark? Uh, Seva. You got Seva, Seva Logistics. They do. I forgot. Let me see. Oh, on the site coming up. See this company here, Seva. All right. So they do. You can go on here and find their carrier packet and get set up with them. Download the carrier packet. Okay. And then you got all these little mom and pop. Okay. Um, I'm trying to think of some more places. So you can brainstorm. I think as a owner operator on those, y'all need to check out Zig Ziglar. Look, uh, download Zig Ziglar's audiobooks. Well, you don't have to download the audiobooks. You can watch them on Facebook. You can watch them on YouTube. Zig Ziglar, he's a great sales guy. He talks about negotiating, to build your people skills, mentor, so to speak. Like he does like a lot of sales and negotiating type stuff. He's got like hours and hours of videos on YouTube talking about sales and negotiating, talking to people and stuff like that. So I recommend Zig Ziglar. Negotiate. And Winston Churchill, he's good. Check out Henry Ford. Henry Ford got a book. It's, Like some of this stuff is on YouTube, so you don't have to pay for it. So you just make up your mind. You got Henry. Henry Ford is a great read. It's very inspirational. Henry Ford will really motivate you because that man, Henry Ford was a very determined man. You know, Henry Ford came from nothing. Okay, Henry Ford came from nothing. That man was poor. That man was dirt poor, and he made it all the way to the top with a 6th grade education. He made it. You know what I mean? Story, man, is very humbling. He's a hard working. I don't know if JB Hunt has got a book, but if you can find some stuff on JB Hunt is a great read, especially when you're talking about trucking. If you can find something on JB Hunt, see if you can find a biography on JB Hunt. It's a good read. JB Hunt, Grow Rich, Think and Grow Rich. Atlas Shrugged. I don't know if y'all like into like fiction, but it's a fictional book. It's very long, but it's good because you in the truck. You ain't got nothing but time. It's like for the money, it's a good buy, but it's like 40. It's like on the truck for 10 hours. So Atlas Shrugged. It's like two or three volumes, but it's a very long read. It's a very long audio book, and it's about businesses in the early 1800s that, and it'll teach you about being competition, but at the same time it's kind of like it has some truths to it. It has some life lessons in it. So I recommend Atlas Shrugged. I don't know if any of y'all ever heard of it, but Atlas Shrugged is a good read. It's a good buy. You can get it on Audible for like $20. It's like 60. It's a very long audiobook, but it's worth the money that you buy. So when I'm looking for audiobooks, I try to find the longest ones for cheap as possible. And like for $20, you get 60 hours of, it'll take you a month to listen to the whole thing. If you just drive in the truck for 10 hours a day, it's 60 some hours. It's a very story about this family that came up and they made billions of dollars in the railroad industrial period, and that struggle, that struggle of getting to the next level, that determination, trying to get it to the next level. You know what I'm saying? So as far as us right here trying to just keep it going, it'll yeah, it's a lot of good reads out there, man. Like I wish I can go on my Audible account and show y'all, but I'm on my phone, so I can't do it. But off the top of my head, I really can't think of any off the top of my head. And then I got some fictional stuff in there, some random stories, just regular stories, got some murder mysteries. I love murder mysteries. I love like detective mysteries and stuff like that. Because when you're going down the road, it's boring in this truck. You got to keep your mind going, man. And we all this time in this truck, 10 hours a day. We holding the steering wheel. We can put in our headphones, man. We can get a PhD in this truck. You know what I mean? There are all kind of Audible books on there. I mean, not necessarily Audible, but you can go on YouTube, man. Like I go on YouTube. Oh, it's another guy. He's a scientist. His name is Buckminster Fuller. It's a guy by the name of Buckminster Fuller. He's some kind of a inventor. Very smart guy. Now, in his interviews, he's a very intelligent kind of person. So it's hard to follow what he's saying because he talks over your head, because he uses like this type of vocabulary that's really scientific. But he's got a book. It's called How Capitalism, and how he talks about how capitalism has, ruined the human race. And he talks about how, we shouldn't worry about money. We shouldn't worry about money. We should do what we love and stuff like science to prove what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got some predictions predicting like the market, the recession, talking about the dollar. He talks about wars and stuff like that, how man is destroying itself. But it's really, you got to read about 2 or 3 times to get what he's saying. But it's, Buckminster Fuller. He's a very smart dude. He's got a lot of rewards, honorary rewards from different schools around the world. But yeah, Buckminster Fuller, our dude. Question. Y'all know I'm getting my authority, man. For when you file your tax, do you use home address or business address? Um, it's a good question. It just depends. It just depends. For tax purposes, because when you gotta prove residency, and being a small business owner, being an owner operator of a business, you want everything in your paperwork to be consistent. So your home address on your Schedule C, you want to put your business address and stuff, because it's going to ask you your business and stuff like that. You put your business address, but on the top up there, you put your home address, because when you need to prove, like, say you go somewhere, you need to qualify for a loan, and they say, yeah, we need some tax documents and stuff, all these crazy addresses. It just don't look like all your other papers. So you want your license to match, because they're looking at identity theft, they're looking at all this stuff. So you want your license to match your tax paperwork, you want it to match your bank documents, you want everything to be cohesive, so to speak. So I recommend putting your home address on the top, but then when they start talking this stuff, you put your business address on there. Yeah, Andrew Ellis. Yeah, man, what's going on? What's going on, y'all? But anyway, direct shippers, man. I went off on the tangent. My bad. Direct shippers. So I'm just sitting up here, man. I was just sitting up here just googling about direct shippers, and like all these warehouses, man, they got carrier packages. You just go on their website, you can download a carrier package, and warehouses around here, you can just ride around in an industrial area, and they got warehouses all over the place. You can write them names down, Google the business, and they'll have a website, and they have a carrier packet on there. You gotta dig for it. It ain't right there on the front page, but if you look around on the about page, or you click on the company information, or you can just Google on it, searching the website. If you A lot of these companies have a carrier pack, and you can just download it, fill it out, and send it in. Or you can just call the shipper, call the warehouse directly, and ask to speak to the shipping manager. Say, hey, you a trucking business, and you looking to, you want to get a carrier package. You want to start It's pretty easy, man. It's pretty easy. And like I'm Googling, I'm trying to find um trying to think of that warehousing company that ships Kimberly Clark. Clark, I forgot the name of it. Kimberly Clark. Hold on, y'all. And like a lot of y'all, I know a lot of y'all ask me questions, but this is where I find a lot of information. Just Googling, man. I got my tablet and I'm just Googling. You just Google until you find what you need. Um, Hold on. I'm looking. Hold on, y'all. I'm looking. Wow. For a forklift driver at Kimberly Clark. Damn. That's pretty good. Is it Gentech? What's the name of that warehousing company? Any of y'all know? I forgot the name of the doggone company. But anyway, man, it's a bunch of warehouses out here, man. Let me see. Oh, California. They got they do shipping. Hell, if you can get set up with them, man, shoot. DSC and McDonough, um, I think that's Georgia Pacific though, man. I think that's Georgia Pacific. I'm talking about George Kimberly Clark. What's the name of that warehousing company that ship for? It start with a G. Cause Kimberly Clark don't manage their own warehouses. They have a name of it, and that's the company you're gonna have to get set up with. Let me see, Kimberly Clark. What's the name of the company? Got your computer up and Google it. Let me see. It's Gen something. Like I'm getting all these careers. All right, Kimberly Clark warehouse carrier packet. Let me see, packing. They got all this BS on here. Okay, let me see. Hold on, y'all. I'm looking. Hold on. I know y'all getting bored. Hold on, y'all. I'm looking. Let's see, WePack. What's the name of that company, y'all? Let's see. It might be DSC. It might be. I don't think it is. I remember. I can't believe I don't know what it is. It's But anyway, man, like I say, it's a bunch of companies out here. You got Saddle Creek, they do a lot of water. Um thing. There's a few other ones out there. You got I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. There's a bunch of companies out there. But yeah, man. Yeah, Genco. That's it. Yeah, appreciate that, Coty. Yeah, Genco. Genco. Can't believe I ain't remember what that is. Yeah, it's Genco, man. Oh, Genco is FedEx. Genco is a FedEx company. Okay. Yeah, it's Genco. See there? Genco. Oh, FedEx just bought them in January. So Genco is FedEx supply chain or FedEx truckload. That's basically what they're working at Genco. So I guess you're gonna X and get a carrier packet. If you get a carrier packet and get set up, pull freight all over the country with them. Shoot, you have plenty of work. You will have plenty of work. You got Ryder. Yeah, Ryder's got some warehouses all over the Osborne and Hesse Logistics. They got warehouses all over the country. OHL, OHL. I pulled a handful of load for OHL. This company right here. Yeah. OHL. I pulled some loads for them. I know they got about 2 or 3 warehouses in the Atlanta area. They got one down Fulton Industrial. Um, they be heavy loads, but if the load paying good, you really don't care. I really don't care how heavy it is. Um, Let me see who else. Yeah, this company right here. I don't know. I can't pronounce the name, but they got warehouses. So we talking about direct shippers, man. You got Snyder, of course. You got Snyder. A lot of y'all don't know that Snyder's got his own warehouses. You get set up with Snyder, you can pull for pretty much any of their customers. Mm. I'm trying to get this thing to do what it's supposed to do. A lot of these companies, man, you don't have to ever worry about going on the broker boards. And that's the truth. And that's the truth. Oh, Sunco. That's another warehouse, Sunco. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Let me see. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. But I don't know if it's Sonco. I don't know if I'm no, that's not it. Let's see, Sunco Logistics. Hold on, y'all. I'm getting there. Hold on. Because I know they got a warehouse out there in Conyers. Not Conyers, but Covington. I'm not pronouncing it right. Yeah, man, what's going on? D Major the trucker. What's going on? Big face. Um I'm in Conyers, Georgia. I'm in Conyers, Georgia. I'm in Big Face side of town. I'm on the east side. My bad, Big Face. I'm telling you. But yeah, I'm on the east side of Atlanta, man. I'm out here in Conyers. Hey, Big Face, what's the name of that warehouse over there? Um, General Mills. That General Mills warehouse. Um, is it Sunco? Because I know it's Sunco in there, and you got General Mills in there. I know Georgia Pacific in there. Um, when you I think it's exit 103, 98, 93. One of them exits circle, and then you got to cut back. Train tracks, you turn left. It's a big old warehouse that opened up out there. Is that a Sunco warehouse? I think that's Sunco. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it, but I know usually they ship paper and stuff like that. Sunco. Let me see. Sunco. Um, man, I got my CDL over there off of Moreland Avenue at America's Driving Force truck driving school. That's where I got my CDL at. America's Driving Force. I paid 2,500 for that class. I'm trying to find this company. Sunco. Sunco. Let me see. Sunco. There's a lot of Suncos out there. Hold on. Yeah, here it is. I got it. They're a packaging company. I thought they was a logistics company, but they're a packaging company. So they ship all kinds of brands. Okay. This company right here. It's called Sunco. Yeah, so this company, they're a packaging company. They not I mean I don't know. You could probably find out who they do they logistics with. And let's see. They do all kind of stuff. Um yeah, they do all kinds of stuff, man. Like look, they do everything, man. Adhesives, consumer products, um, industrial paper products, plastics, um, recycling. They do all kind of stuff. And then you got all the paper manufacturers. You got International Paper, Georgia Pacific. Um, they used to be Mead, but I guess these companies be changing their names up. But yeah, man, it's that easy, man, to be find direct shippers, man. We looking for direct shippers. We trying to cut out the broker. We trying to cut out the broker. Wait a minute. I think I might can find a carrier packet on here. Let me see. Cause I found a transportation website. Hold on. I might can get a carrier packet. Hold on. They are a packaging company, so they provide labels and packaging for different companies. But that's the company logo right there. That's it. But yeah, man, it's a whole bunch of companies out here, man. Yeah, I was nervous when I first got in the truck, man. I mean, I wasn't as nervous like a lot of guys because before I started driving a 18 wheeler, I used to work for a moving company where we used 26 foot straight trucks. There was them old international day cabs. Well, it's a straight truck. So I used to work for this moving company long time ago. I was in college. So I mean, with those straight trucks, I was supposed to have a CDL license, but the company that hired me, see, when they hired me, I wasn't supposed to be driving them trucks. So like I was a helper, so to speak. So when they hired me as a helper. But eventually I ended up driving a truck because, you know, I would come to, you wanna go ahead and run this over here and unload this furniture and whatnot. I'd be like, yeah. So I end up doing it. So I did that when I was in college. So eventually I end up driving them straight trucks. So driving a straight truck is about the same as a big truck, some of them, but you just don't have the trailer that disconnects. Straight truck drives just like an 18 wheeler, except the cab is smaller. So I already had experience like actually driving a truck, you know, paying attention, because like if you've never been in a 18 wheeler before, you don't know the environment because you're in this big ass. Already knew, okay, I gotta be aware of my clearance. So them straight trucks, you looking at like 12 foot to like 13 foot 6. So those straight trucks are built just like a big truck, a Class 8 truck. So when I went to truck driving school, the only thing I had to, because it's a, you know, it bends, you know, it's a combination vehicle. So I had to learn how to back it and stuff like that. But as far as shifting and turning corners, a straight truck is just almost about the same as a Class 8 truck. So already, like I was nervous, but not like the guys when I went to truck driving school, they like shifting, like I already knew about a little bit about a pre-trip, okay, because I used to drive for a moving company when I was in school. So like I had this job, it was during the summer. So if I registered for classes during the summer, I wouldn't, kind of thing. So like I knew the guy who I knew the manager very well. So basically I can come and go as I please. I just call him up and say, hey man, you need some help doing some stuff? He'd be like, oh yeah man, you can come in and work a couple hours. So like I would go to school, and then during the summer I have about 3 months where I'm moving furniture and that was a long time ago, man. That's like 2000. Whew, that was like 2003, 2004. So I was in college then. So like a lot of guys, you know, in the truck driving school, they didn't know, okay, you got to do a like when I was at the moving company, we make sure the lights was working. We had to make sure, you know, we had to check the oil, just basic stuff, you know. So like I kind of knew that, okay, you have to check the truck before you take off. So yeah, so yeah, I mean I was nervous, but not real nervous, because you know, like if you never been in the truck gears, like when you look at a vehicle in that mirror, the perspective is different. So but yeah man, I was nervous. Yeah, I was nervous, man. But like I say, I didn't have to learn as much like a lot of guys. All I had to learn is how to alley dock, do my 90 degree, learn how to do a 90 degree back end, learn how to blind, all kind of, close quarters, back in, like that. That's the stuff I had to, I mean, in a moving truck, in the straight truck, you already know how to do close quarters, you know. So when you're in a tight situation, you just gotta know how to maneuver the truck in a tight spot. But when you got 60 foot of trailer on you, it's bouncing around. You got to know how to control the trailer. Driving the truck, I had a little bit of experience already. Can an iPad be used to book loads? Yeah, I think so. I think a lot of the load boards, they Apple compatible. I mean, all you gotta do is Google, man. Just your tablet and Google. Just Google the DAC board, and if you can pull the DAC board up on the iTunes store, just like it comes on the Android Play Store, you should be able to download that app and go on the load board. Trucker Path, you got Trucker Path. They got a load board. You can check out loads on there. Trucker Path is free. So if any are going to a carrier that lets you book your own load, you can go on Trucker Path. That'll give you a good idea on what a lot of these load boards look like. And I booked a couple loads off Trucker Path. They don't have all the loads on there, but they have a good selection of loads on there. So, to be a free board is not that bad. It's not that bad. But yeah, man, this video, I gotta get into bed, man. I gotta get up. But I thought I'd make a little video, man, just rambling on about, direct shippers. I mean, it's not really a how-to. It's just more on a level where, like discussing, okay, how with a direct shipper. Because a lot of guys, it's a lot of information out here. It's a lot of like stuff floating around in trucking. And like, a lot of guys just don't Google. Don't listen to me. Go on Google and Google some stuff, man. Just go on in. Okay, Procter & Gamble carrier packet requirements. Because you need to know these companies got 6 months. You got to have 6 months in business. You got to have a year in business. You got to have 2 years in business. You got to have a bond. Okay, some shippers require you to have a bond. Some shippers require you to have 5 references. So if you got a new DOT number, you probably won't be able to get set up with it. So it's good to know that growing your business, you can see, okay, I want to be able to get to 2 years in business so I can pull for that shipper, for that warehouse or whatever. So it's something to think about. I mean, there's some small warehouses out here, man. They don't care. As long as you got insurance, you good. They really don't care. But yeah, man, let me see what y'all talking about. Did you use home address or cyber address for your DUNS number? I mean, sometimes I feel like some of y'all be trying to steal my identity. I don't know. That's what I feel like, because some of y'all be asking some sensitive questions. Did you use your home address for your... you should know the DUNS number. You should know that answer. I'm not answering that question. Did you use your home address for your DUNS number? You should know the answer to that, man. If you trying to get a DUNS number, you should know that. There's rules to this. Let's see. Stay with Travel Logo or run your own authority. Yeah. I think about, to get my authority off the ground, I'm thinking about just staying with Travel Logo for a little period of time, activate my authority, and then maybe pull a load on the side. So it gives me time to build up some broker relationships under my authority. So once I feel comfortable where I can book on a regular basis pickups, I'll go ahead and call it quits. You know what I'm saying? Because I got my own insurance. So all I have to do is just cover up Travelocal's logos, and that's it. And I can just put my DOT numbers and stuff over theirs and pull a little 100, 200 mile run. And in between Travelocal, I can pull, I'm sure they don't care. They don't care. When you're an independent contractor, these carriers, they don't care. You know what I mean? They don't care. Because it's nothing really they can do, because it's like, this isn't their truck. You know what I'm saying? If they got a problem with it, the hell with them. You know what I mean? It's like, and see, that's what I be trying to tell y'all, man. It's just, y'all need to leave these big, when you pulling for these big carriers, they got you by the balls, and there's really nothing you can do. You can't go on the broker board and book freight. You can't go on Uber Freight and book a load. You know what I mean? It just, you have a lot of variety options and stuff you can do. You're very flexible. Load board ain't a damn thing you can do. You have to book loads off their board. Got an ambulance coming over here. I don't know if y'all can see the flashing lights. I'm in this Walmart parking lot. I don't know if somebody got hurt in this Walmart or something. I don't know. But I'm gonna try to answer some of these questions. When you find your tags, do you use a home address? What's used for audible boats? Okay, I'll answer that. Okay. You can haul Chinchi. I'll keep on answering these questions. We're in broker freight in between produce. Yeah. Cali. That's a long run, boy. That load better pay. You running out of Cali all the way to San Antonio, Texas. That load better pay. Running cross country like that. It's a lot of fuel. You beating up your truck, man. You beating the shit out. That truck better pay about $10,000. That load better pay $10,000 doing all that running. It's better when you had a customer than a broker. I used a 98 back in 2000. Yeah, I done read a lot of these questions already. I'm gonna keep talking. I'm at the gym on treadmill. What boards you prefer to use? Load boards I prefer to use. Load boards I prefer to use. That's a good. I'm gonna be honest. The DAC board is the best board out here. From my experience, the DAC board, the DAT board is the best board out here. You got the 1, 2, 3 board comes in like maybe second or third, because the 1, 2, 3 board, you just got to get on the board and feel it. You know what I mean? Start using it, then you get what I'm saying. Like, I like the DAT board. Like, the 1, 2, 3 board is all right. It's got freight on there, but I don't know what to say. It's just, I don't know. Like, the DAT board, the DAC board it's just a better board. It doesn't have as many features. The 1, 2, 3 board has got more features, but it doesn't have a lot of brokers on there. from my experience, I see a lot of TQL loads on there. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, to tell you the truth, man, it's like a lot of these brokers, a lot of the boards. So, DAT board and just start using the carrier boards, because $50 a month, you know, I don't know, is because like you can go from Coyote, CH Robinson, Uber Freight, you know, they all got their own boards. Scott Logistics, they got their own load board. Like you can call up Scott Logistics and just ask them what they got, because a lot of these brokers, they don't put all their loads on the board. For example, Coyote Logistics, they got their own load board, but they don't put all their loads on the DAC board. So I would go to Coyote Logistics load board and see what they got and call them up and make an offer on the load. Because a lot of the loads, I would say half the loads are not on there. So like CH Robinson, like I go on CH Robinson load board, only maybe 10% of CH Robinson's loads are actually on the DAC board. But when you actually go on CH Robinson's actual load board, they got a whole lot of loads on there. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of those loads will be good loads. And I don't think a lot of guys know that CH Robinson got their own load board. And like I would see good loads Robinson board for a long, long time. I booked the load off of CH Robinson board. On the load going down to Ocala, the load paid, that load went down to Ocala, Florida. It paid, I think it paid about $1,500. Now the broker, the CH Robinson broker, he offered like $900 or something like that. I was like, man, $100. You know, I can do it for $1,500. He was like, nah, I can't pay $1,500. I was like, well, you know, you gotta help me, man. You hurt me. You know, I was like, hey, can we do $1,450? So eventually he let me get it. I think we negotiated. I have to go back and see. So I got the Raycon. Like I go across all these boards, because I'll go on the DAC board and I'll look for a second. If I don't see nothing that I want, I start screening all the boards. You know, I start screening all the boards. So, I mean, that's just the opportunity you got. You got all these boards and all these, you know what I mean? So, like, you have a better chance of making it, you know. One of your videos you mentioned great wide nightmares. What do you think about them? Great wide? No, I never pulled for great wide. I have no idea what's going on with great wide. I just heard some stories about them, but they just another carrier. You get the book loads. Got caught with your videos. I see you got your authority. Congrats. Trying to get paid. Yeah, I'm trying. Memphis swag, I'm trying, man. Rico Jones say 44. I called Progressive and they told me $76K per year. Nah, don't mess with Progressive, man. They quote them high rates like that. Ventures. So you got to shop around and find a small local truck insurance carrier. I mean, if else fails, man, go to OOIDA. I got a couple videos talking about my insurance quote and what I got from OOIDA. So go back and check that video out. Talking about truck insurance. So I'm talking about my quotes. It's a bunch of insurance companies out here. Even if somebody gave them to me, because You know, Progressive, they're not a truck insurance. I mean, I called them up for a quote, but I mean, I would check out another company, you know, find a broker that's gonna shop for you and try to get you the best deal. You know, I mean, you can just go online and Google, man. You got Insure My Rig, insuremyrig.com. They're an insurance broker. So you put in a quote and then they're gonna shop all the insurance companies and come back and give you the best rate. So it's just something that's just something you gotta think about. So man, you need to find insurance at around 10 to 15,000. That's what you want to look for. You know, if your record is fairly clean, maybe you got one ticket, you should be insurable. You know what I mean? So that's the first thing you want to do. So you want to, you know, you're doing the right thing, getting out here looking if you can find. If you can get insurance anywhere from 10 to 15,000, you'll be good. You know, or either take you. As long as you got a couple years experience, you can get it. You'll be all right. But just go online and Google, man. Tractor trailer insurance and call them companies up and get just to deal with that. Five different companies. That's what I would do. Um, that's what I would do. Yeah. I mean, yeah, man. They told me 50,000. They told me 55,000 for a doggone policy, Progressive. I was like, man, y'all crazy. That's like 5,000 or 6,000 a month for some damn. Some truck drivers recommend to get their authority to pull containers. Their authority. You can get a container authority when you go on to the FMCSA and apply for your authority. They got the different types of authority. Okay, you got container authority. You got authority to pull property. You got authority to pull household, like the Mayflowers, the guys who be pulling you know, U-Haul and stuff like that. Those are household movers companies. And then you got tankers. You got hazmat authority. Well, not a hazmat authority. It's a regular authority, but you adding hazardous materials to that authority. And then you gotta comply with certain federal guidelines. Me, I have a plain old for hire property contract authority. That's it. I'm general freight. That's it. It's nothing complicated. I just got general freight for mine. So that's what I got. So you want to pull containers, when you apply for your authority, you just, and that's basically a power only authority. You're gonna be pulling power only. You pulling containers out the port. So I mean, to tell you the truth, man, I would apply for a regular authority and then pull containers with it, because then you would be flexible. But if you want to pull containers, you can go on to the FMCSA website, so that the FMCSA know. But I mean, I don't see it as a big deal. Yeah, man, I appreciate it. I'm just trying to do my thug thizzle. You would have got this far. Yeah, man. You know, you just gotta. I don't know, man. You just got to stay motivated, man. That's all. You just got to stay motivated. But yeah, man, it's almost an hour and 30 minutes on this video, man. I appreciate y'all watching. To get at me, reach me, or contact me, you can go on my Facebook page, 404 Trucker. You can reach me on my Facebook page, 404 Trucker. If you got some questions or something like that, you can reach me at jhtrucking45@gmail.com. And you can ask me a question, trucking, whatever. Real estate and all this financial planning type stuff. I mean, FYI, I'm not a financial planner. Don't hold me accountable for none of that stuff. But if you got a question and I can answer it, I can answer. But some of that stuff, I don't know everything. So, but I don't want to be responsible for decisions folks making in their life. I appreciate you.